With the number 2 pick in the 2022 NBA draft, Chet Holmgren is indeed going to Oklahoma City. We're going to check in with Locked On Thunder host Rylan Stiles. First of many times, I'm sure we'll be checking in with him tonight. After that, kind of a bit of a surprise with Paolo Banchero going number 1. Oklahoma City stays the course. They take Chet Holmgren. Were you surprised that with that shakeup at 1 that they stayed with Chet?
Yeah, it was shocking to get the pick between Jabari Smith Jr. and Chet Holmgren. Jabari Smith only working out for OKC and Orlando, so for him to fall was surprising. But Chet's been the Thunder's guy all along, and so when Sam Presti lays down somebody, you got to trust him because he's never missed inside the top 10. So hopefully that record stays, and he'll have Chet Holmgren at number 2, and that's been his guy all year. So we'll see how it works out.
All right, we're going to bring in our national guys from Locked On NBA Big Board, Richard Stamen, Leaf Tully. Richard, I'll start off with you. When you look at Chet Holmgren's game, what is the impact he's going to be able to have in the NBA right away? Does he have to put on some weight first, or do you think he can kind of make the transition seamless?
Yeah, while he does need to add weight, he is noticeably skinny. The big benefit with Chet Holmgren is you look at his playmaking ability. He was hidden at Gonzaga. He played next to arguably the best big man in the country, Drew Timme, who had the ball in his hands a lot. So Chet Holmgren didn't get to show a lot of that playmaking ability that he did in high school to make him the number 1 recruit. On top of that, he's a great defender, probably the best instincts I've seen since I've started doing in-depth scouting of the NBA draft on defense. So very high on that. He fills a need. And on top of that, you look at the transition ability. That was when he was at his absolute best at Gonzaga. He is a walking mismatch. Anytime a center is the one bringing the ball up the floor, we've seen this with Nikola Jokic, which is what makes him so great. And I'm not comparing the two, but that ability in transition, it automatically throws off the defense. And you know, it gives quick offense a huge advantage to Oklahoma City now when Chet is the one initiating offense.
Rylan, obviously the team has a bunch of picks, so there's a couple more dominoes to fall into place. But how do you see him fitting in, Chet Holmgren fitting in right off the bat and helping out this team?
Yeah, his rim protection is going to be huge. The Thunder prioritize defense in a huge way, and so being able to play on defense out of the gate is a big deal for the Thunder. And you saw them last year have Josh Giddey start from day 1 all the way through the rest of the season until he got hurt after the All-Star break. So I bet he'll be the same way starting from game number 1 for the Thunder. And his three-point shooting adds a lot to the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. So I think that he'll have a lot of repetition in his first NBA season.
Leaf, when we saw that Paolo was going to go number 1, did you feel like it was the right move for Oklahoma City to stay with Chet, or should they have considered Jabari Green more seriously?
I think going with Chet was the right move. I think it provides a backbone and especially a guy to defensively alter the franchise, as they've got a lot of good athletes and they have guards in place. So I don't think the offense that Jabari offers is as alluring as the defensive game that Chet offers for the Thunder going forward. And I also think that Chet's got a lot more offensive potential, as Richard described, talking about his playmaking capacity, but he also is a very good shooter, even in a limited sample size. He's not Jabari level shooting, but he's a good shooter in his own right, good touch from the free throw line, rolls, got good instincts. And defensively, I think he's a game changer. If he can put on weight, he'll be able to guard the big boys. But also on the perimeter, he's able to make them so versatile and offer a lob threat and a pick and pop threat for guys like Josh Giddey and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I expected this pick to happen, and I think it's the right pick, even with Jabari Smith, who was the popular idea number 1 pick being on the board. But I had Chet Holmgren higher, and I agree with Sam Presti sticking to his guns and taking Chet.
Rylan, Sam Presti has a lot more to do, a lot of picks coming up. What kind of position or needs does this roster need to address with the next couple of picks, or either trading or through free agency?
Yeah, I think that you're looking to add some shooting to this roster because the Thunder, again, were dead last in shooting last year. But the Thunder typically look for versatile guys who can all play, make, and grab and go on the rebound. So anyone who fits that bill is a likely pick for the Thunder.
All right, now as to what exactly Chet Holmgren is going to bring to this next level, obviously he had a huge impact in college, so we're going to check in with Locked On Zags, Andy Patton, for a little bit more.
Holmgren, center, Gonzaga. One of the most tantalizing prospects in recent memory thanks to his unique blend of skills. I'm Andy Patton, the host of Locked On Zags. Chet was nicknamed the Unicorn because of his incredible length, his shot blocking ability, his guard-like skills handling the ball, and of course his knockdown shooting from the perimeter. Chet will make an instant impact in the NBA on the defensive side of the ball, and while concerns about his frame still exist, there's little doubt he will develop into one of the best two-way big men in the entire league in a short matter of time.